It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying with Walker. Still finding room past the 45. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He's got the squiver. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play, Murray's letting it rip. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Now Murray on the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Turning to Benson on 3rd. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Hand off to Benson from the gun. Has a lane inside the 35. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing third and long. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, it's Murray. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll come up first and 10. Benson now from the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They give on second to Benson. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals finish off their opening drive. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, and the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Let's go. Take go.
Now an inside give to Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Walker again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's go now.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 14. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Cardinals football. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Right back to Conner. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Conner here from the gun. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Kyler throwing here. He puts some juice on a deep throw. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
We put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they have 3rd and short. Shotgun handoff to Conner. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They just get the play on. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals break the tie here in the 1st. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, It really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Neither side separating much so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Adrian Taylor-Demerson getting there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, set.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
60 Maverick.
Throw on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Handoff running left, Walker. And the defense follows him all the way and shoves him out of bounds. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Adrian Taylor-Demerson getting there for the tackle. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. Good blocking on the return. He gets 23 out of it. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Hits him on the in route. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. So good work to help reset those chains.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Murray from the pistol. Has his man. That's their rookie from Penn State. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Cardinals first down. It's an option to the left side. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing here, Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a 13-point lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Ready. Coca 19. Ready.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They'll give up the gut to Walker. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. It's the Seahawks with only a yard to go here on 3rd down. On the carry, it's Walker. That's a short gain of 1. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Let's go.
Staying with Walker. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Go.
This time it's a passing play. Deep. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense just coming to life before our eyes, Kate, taking advantage of the situation they're in. Just feel their creativity. Right? When you get a lead like this, it just allows you to be a little looser, to play a little bit faster, and to continue to make an impact that time with a sack.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Max Melton with the INT. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Has it at the 7. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Kyler. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They kick the running back in motion. Murray here on 1st down. Able to get it to Benson. He's still going at the 30. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They'll try it right with Benson. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Kyler to throw. And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 24-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready?
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Dropping back to throw. Complete. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Cardinals grab it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Cardinals push their lead further to start the half. Well, Brock, we both know this. Some guys are only looking to make the tackle and end the play. Others, though, come in hunting for the football and forcing fumbles in hopes of getting exactly what we just saw.
And it can be tough for these receivers. A lot of times, they know contact is coming, but they don't always get to prepare for it because they don't always see it.
Yeah.
And these elite defenses, well, they view a completed pass as just another opportunity to create that kind of fumble, and sometimes even a defensive touchdown.
He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Slot man in motion left. Another try following the sack. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got his target, it's Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They've got a man in motion. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Trey Benson, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals continue piling onto this lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Walker running right. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Set. Hut.
Running left, here's Walker. Blast through midfield. And he's down all the way to the 30. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Come on, set.
Walker on 1st down. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Got it. Ready?
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Set, go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they continue to trail by, well, Brock, a whole lot more than a field goal. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Big ass open. Big ass open.
Kyler looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Benson on 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here.
Big ass open. Big ass open.
Play action now, Murray. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Kobe Bryant has it. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block, and then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
He's going to push one deep down the right. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Turning to Benson on 3rd. And he's brought down for a loss. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Cardinals football, and they can pretty well cruise the rest of the way. So on 4th down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Has it at the 45. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Seahawks are set up well as they take over with some great field position. Now an inside give to Walker. Broke through the tackle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
This is Walker on 2nd. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Running with Walker again. Down to the 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks putting up points in a game decided. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks cut into the lead by another point. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The give now to Benson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Benson once more. Up the sideline, past the 45. Has room down the left sideline. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. Benson now from the gun. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They give up the gut to Benson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
That's a 7-yard pickup, and they'll have 2nd and goal at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Cardinals throwing 6 more on the blowout. They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals grow their lead yet again. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Roll, roll, roll. Ready.
Handoff running left, Walker. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. It's Walker on the give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Alert! Alert! Go!
A give up the gut to Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Staying with Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They go with Walker here. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. To the ground with Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go. Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready, ready.
On the carry, it's Walker. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first of 3. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Running is Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
An offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only a yard on that pickup, and it's going to be third and goal at the 9.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Buckle up, it's third and goal. They'll try to run it with Walker. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Seahawks making the scoreboard look a touch better. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take 7 points off the deficit. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.